Okay, little bit of an interesting topic. Today I'm going to talk about morality and ethics. So, what is morality? The morality is the rules of conduct describing what people ought and ought not to do. Yeah. So the ethics are based on morality, which is the philosophical study of morality is called ethics. And why we need ethics? Because we need ethical theories or framework for moral decision making. If you go somewhere and as a manager or whoever work somewhere, you need to make a decision. How do you argue that the decision that you made is correct? So the ethics comes into place. The ethics you will use the ethics to show the way to decide the best thing to do. So today you have new problems, new technologies, and everything is new. We are living in a different world, so a lot of things happening, and you have to make decisions, and then you should be able to justify your decision. So that's why morality and ethics comes into place. So in that, ethics and ethical theories are very important. And because I've been teaching in the universities for a long time, I know the students don't get this thing easily, because this is a very huge topic, and I just wanted to explain it to you in simple terms. Only 4 theories, just to justify. One day when you make a decision and someone comes and asks you, why did you make this decision such a way? So then you can use these 4 theories. One is the Kantianism. The second one is the Utilitarianism. Third one is the social contract, and the fourth one is the virtue theory. Okay. Why we need this thing? So you can't justify your answer, the decision, saying that, okay, this is what I used to do. This is what my, this is where I come from. This is my culture, my cultural background. If you have a problem like this is the way we solve. You can't argue in that way. Or you can't say, okay, this is written in Quran or Bible or some other scripture book. This is what my prophet or guru has told me to do. You can't argue that way. And also you can't say, okay, I know what to do, because I know what needs to be done. You can't argue that way. So you need to take one of these 4 rules to justify your answer, your decision, to just to tell them that you made the right decision. First one is the Kantianism. What is Kantianism means? Immanuel Kant said, if you want to justify something that you've done correct, you need to think about the action of your decision. If the principle behind your action is good, which is you made the right choice, which means it has 2 categories. Kantianism has 2 categories. One is called the universal moral laws. So you just you tell okay, I did this thing this way. You just put the same problem into the world, throw the same problem to the world. Majority of the people will make the decision this way. So it is applicable for everyone. So universal moral laws. Okay. And also you should not cheat anyone, that in that law. The Kantianism is very good law to justify your decision, but sometimes it is not good. Which is the duty law. If your duty is supposed to do something like this, and you can't say, okay, I used Kantianism, because that is your duty. Okay. So for an example, you are the executor, you just have to execute someone because they have actually the court, the judge has given you that decision, and you can't, as the executor, you can't go and say, okay, the whole world says this is wrong, so I can't kill anyone, because that's your duty as the executor. So the Kantianism you can't use when there is a duty, but the Kantianism is a very good way to judge. You can say the majority of the people will make this decision if we have the problem like this. So it's a universal law. Okay, and I'm taking this decision not to cheat anyone, because majority of the people in my situation, in my shoes, would make this decision. So that way you can argue. But that is the first one, Kantianism. Second one is the Utilitarianism, which means you will weigh things up and see the consequences. The majority of people are happy after your decision. You can say, okay, that is why I made this decision. For an example, you will have to clear the forest, and you need to demolish 10 houses, and you are going to build a road. Then you can say, okay, I am destroying 10 houses, but after building this road, 100,000 people will use it, so more people will be happy. So that is why that is Utilitarianism. But the Utilitarianism is, most of the time, is really good. There are only one tablet and 3 people are there. Who would you give this tablet to? Okay, and you can say, I give this tablet to this guy because this guy is a doctor and he's going to save the thousands of people later on. So Utilitarianism is good, but the problem is, in the long run, you don't know the consequences. Okay, you clear the forest and you build the bridge or the road, saying, okay, that 100,000 people would benefit after building this thing, but maybe in 10 years time, what you will realize what you did is wrong, because you are clearing the forest. There are more consequences after that, maybe a landslide or whatever. So that is Utilitarianism. Third one is the social contract theory, which is easy to understand. If you have agreement with someone, you can straight away argue, okay, I have agreement with this, I have agreement saying that, you can only borrow 2 books from the library, but you have taken more than 2 books. So you are wrong. So that is social contract theory. Or the fourth one is the virtue theory. You can say, you can argue, I'm taking this action because it's the action that a virtuous person would take, at the same, if something happened, the same circumstances. If you want to be a virtuous person, you would take this action. You want to be a better person. And as a virtuous person, you are not lying to anyone, or okay, so you should not lie, because I want to be a good person, so you would not lie. I didn't lie, even though the certain consequences is this. I want to be a good person, I didn't lie. So those are the four theories that you can use to make decisions, to justify your decision, to make if you are in a position to take any decision, moral decisions, you can use those 4 frameworks, theoretical approaches: Kantianism, Utilitarianism, social contract theory, or virtue theory. And please read through. For example, the Utilitarianism has 2 different categories. One is the act utilitarian and rule utilitarianism. So things can go deep and more complex, but this is in the simple terms that if you are in a position to make a decision, you can use these theoretical frameworks to justify your answer. Thank you guys. See you again. Bye.